Namaste everyone, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me back on the mat for another 20 minutes of yoga every day. And I'm here to give you little bites, little tasters of how fabulous this practice can be and inspire you or inspire us all to get on the journey. Now, today's class is FriYAY flow, FriYAY as it's known in our home. So a little bit of flow, a little bit of it's the end of the week. So we'll get our little groove on and see what happens. The idea behind intuitive flow is to go with it. I have no idea what we're about to do. I'm going to be intuit what my body feels is the next move, but also within those poses to feel my body moving into wherever it lands. That's the place that it's going to be. So I have no expectations. This is barefoot yoga. You need your shoes off because you need to be able to spread those toes and feel your feet and get grounded. The first thing I want you to do is just come straight up to the front of the mat, grab a hunk of your floor, open the heart and drop those hands and just stand just for a moment. Just get back into the body, drop all of your thoughts down into feeling. Connect through the feet, feel the strength in your body, your legs, your back and your spine and your precious heart opening. And let's just go with the flow. Let's get our groove on. Here we go. Inhaling up. And as we exhale, we're just going to swoop those arms and just follow your body. Whatever it says feels right. Wherever you get to, that's where you are. You don't need to be anywhere else. Inhale. That's what yoga does for us. It's our time to be with ourselves. Pressing into the hands, let's send the right leg back and the left leg back. We're going to take it down onto our knees, big toes together. We're going to flow down into, you're getting used to it, my favorite pose, child's pose, back up onto the knees. And we're going to lead with the heart. So even though the hips are floating, we're pressing down, we're rolling the shoulders. And we're feeling what our body says feels good. Back onto the knees, tuck our toes under and just follow them. Follow your legs. What does your body say feels right? If it feels right to lift the heels, if it feels right to draw the hips up, feel and connect. That's all we are about here. Looking up at your hands, and as you inhale, see if you can just draw that right foot forward. We're going to drop straight down onto that left knee. And as we inhale, we're just going to see where the body says is the right place to go for us today. Bringing the hands back down through the heart. Drop so you can rest and anchor on that left hand. Let's take that arm up. Maybe it feels right to straighten up that leg. You can come all the way around. If that feels good for you. Float it down, scoop it down, press back through the left foot, back we go. I'm going to take a little child's pose in here because I like it and it feels good. And inhale, I'm going to come back up. Yep, open the heart again and feel it. Just trust in your instincts. Let's take those toes under and roll ourselves back up into our beautiful downward facing dog. Just feeling your body letting go. Looking up at your hands, we're going to float that left foot forwards and we're going to drop to the knee. And we're just going to flow into it. What does our body say? When we have a grand expectation, we can really limit ourselves. So no limits today. Hands at the heart, dropping down onto that right hand. And we're going to swoop like a bird, freedom of a bird. Up we go if it feels good and you want to straighten up. Beautiful. And flow that arm down. Pushing back. I think definitely I'm in need of a little bit of sinking in. And inhale, we're coming back up onto the knees and the hands. And we're going to lead with the heart, heart shining forwards. with all the freedom in the world. Tucking our toes under, and of course it just feels right, doesn't it, to roll up into gorgeous downward facing dog. You're going to look up at your hands now and float your right foot forwards, and as you inhale we're going to scoop ourselves up into a beautiful gorgeous warrior, hearts open, skull shining, and just feel your way into it. Let's swoop around. We are just finding our groove, which is exactly what our body says. This is our body's way of saying, oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you're listening. Now let's bring the elbow down and scoop across. Nice and steady, nice and free. Gorgeous, you've got it. Turn the palm. And we're going to, actually, you know what? We're going to come on down because that feels good for me too. Tuck those toes under, all the way back into our downward facing dog. And we're going to do the other side. So we're going to send this left foot forwards. The first move is just flowing up. Feel it, the energy lifting and rising. So your pose becomes completely effortless. All right, we're going to open it out to warrior, scoop it around, just feel yourself settling into the place you are. There's nowhere else to be but here. Dropping down onto your elbow. I've got my back to you, but I'm sure you're doing a beautiful job. And just feel your way. What feels right is always what your brain is listening to. All right, let's float it forwards. This time though, we're going to stand up. So let that right foot just land. It's got nowhere to go but up. And as you exhale, just sink into it. What does your body tell you? Where does it tell you to put your head? Where do you find little delights of freedom? And as you inhale, let's scoop the arms up and swoop and soar ourselves back up to standing. And it feels good at that point just to have a moment and just stand and be and reconnect. So all about flow, so we're going to put a little flowing balance into our little groove we've got going on here. So nice and centered. As you inhale, let's raise the right knee and swoop our arms up. And as we breathe out, we're going to scoot that leg back, wings aloft to help us, and we're going to inhale. World at your fingertips. You've got the whole world in your hands. And exhale. And that's what it feels like when you work with yourself and not against. Let's go on to our left side. So it's inhaling up. And as we exhale, pushing back through the heel, finding your balance. You trust. What does my head say? What does my heart say? What do my arms say? Whole world in your hands. And exhale all the way. And feel how awake and vibrant you feel. Inhale at your heart and exhale. Scoop it back out. We're going to do one more just for our gorgeous spine. Inhale up, and as we exhale, follow our body down. The weight of your own body. When it feels good, you'll be asked, invited by your own body to bring the hands to steady you. You'll know what to do with your head when you're listening. It just wants to cascade down. It wants to connect to the earth. And your job is just to not limit it, to have the freedom wherever it feels good for you. As you inhale, we're going to lift our head and hands to our hips. And we're going to float ourselves all the way up, scoop it out. Beautiful. And we're going to bring our feet back Nice and steady. Settle in. Notice. You just get on your own groove. Feet slightly wider than hip distance. Hands at the heart. This one's called Beautiful Malasana. Inhale up or come sideways. And as you exhale, we're going to sink into this one. Follow your body. Adjust yourself exactly where you need to be. Wherever your hips say, wherever your legs say, whatever your spine says. And let's just namaste, hands at the heart, pressing the shoulders out and dropping them down. And just feeling. That's all that's going on here. All right, my friends. How's that groove going? Doesn't it feel amazing? Yeah. There's no I have absolutely no idea what's coming next. So, but I feel like the hips. So let's grab this right ankle, and we're going to roll. Come around. We're going to roll it out to the side, and scoop it in for Janusasana A. And as we inhale up, I'm going to keep this heart open. We're just going to lead with our heart. And just fall in wherever we are, that's the place we are. So it becomes, there's no desire to be anywhere else. Intuitive flow is just asking your body, what do you need from me? What do I need? And it's inhaling up and floating yourself up. Let's take this into a twist, so making that left hand anchor on the right knee. Inhale up, making gorgeous space. And as we exhale, follow your heart. If you lead with the heart, heart shining, be tempted by your breathing, tempted to drop into your breathing. So what happens on your mat just becomes this delicious place of just being. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, just let it all unfold itself. Let's travel straight into our left leg. Balance it out. Inhaling up. And exhale, just sinking in. What does your body say to you? If it says it, I need to bend the knee. If it says I shouldn't go any further forward, those are the messages. That's why yoga has to be felt. It's a visceral practice. A somatic practice. It has to be felt in order to really affect the understanding and the change. Inhale, lift your head, and floating ourselves up. Doesn't it feel good? It just feels right to just turn into a twist, doesn't it? Inhale up and exhale, lead with the heart. Breathing your way to freedom. Breath by breath we take it. And you'll know it, even in our little 20-minute bite, you should already be experiencing the benefits already. Back to where we started. Let's send those legs out. It feels right to go into a little bit of forward fold. So it's inhale up and exhale, just falling in on yourself. And you discover you kind of like yourself. Because your body is saying, yes, I knew you were listening. I'm so glad you're here. And inhale up. This is exactly what I needed today. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Last one for the hips. Inhale up. And as you exhale, if it feels good and you want to get your little groove on, and you go with your body. So remember, the main aspect is we're not fighting ourselves. We spend a lot of time, protecting ourselves, putting up our armour to protect us from that external barrage. This is the time to let your armour down, to get soft and to just go with yourself. Inhaling up and heart shining, skull shining. Just roll the shoulders and just sink in, dig in. There shouldn't, when you get your flow on, you don't want to be anywhere else. So it becomes irrelevant what yoga pose you're in. You just get in the one you're in, and it feels delicious. delicious. All right, feels good to me to take a little balance now. So let's grab our toes. Just make sure, if you're not sure what's going to happen, make sure you are clear of any walls or any furniture behind you. See if you can get the heels up off the mat. Try to feel your heart shining here. If you're not sure, take one leg at a time, right leg up, and then follow it with your left leg. Or if you're feeling a bit in your groove, have a go. See if you can take both legs at the same time and feel that freedom. Ah, it's so delicious. Your body just falls into place with you. Gorgeous, I love it. Well done. And very, very slowly bring your feet back down to the earth. We're going to roll from here onto our knees and our hands. We're going to do, well, first one, you know I'm going to do it because, you know, that's my favourite. Exhale, let's drop it down, sink into ourselves. It's just a little moment to check in and make sure we're not in conflict between what we're thinking and feeling. Those two things are on the same page when we flow. So inhale, let's come up onto our knees and our hands. It feels entirely right now to open up the chest and the heart again. And breathe into it, be there, wherever there is for you. And as we exhale, we're going to sink those hips back and we're going to stand up. We're going to get you to come up onto your knees. I'm coming sideways. All right, a little bit of a challenge. It's FriYAY and we're in our flow. We've got our groove on. So let's see what happens. Inhale up. This one's called Paragusana or gate pose. And exhale. Just follow it over. What feels good for you? What does your body say? And as we inhale, let's scoop all the way up. I'm going to go for a little bit of a balance here. So dropping down, make sure you can see me. Dropping down onto your left hand. Probably bring this one down until you get the feel for this. Stepping your right foot in front of your left knee. And we're going to press down to lift that left leg up and push through it. See how it feels. This is aeroplane pose. If it feels good and you've got your groove on and you want to go for the double stack, have a little feel. No limits here. Total freedom of your mind. Because there is absolutely no expectations. One of the joys of home practice, huh? Nobody's watching. Doesn't matter. All right, let's have a little go on your left-hand side. Inhale up. So we're going to stretch ourselves out. Just follow your spine. What does your body say? If it's too strong, don't take the arm over. And inhale. Nice and sweet. Up we go, and you just follow it all the way down. You feel that balance. Your hand just knows where to balance. Bringing your left foot in front and pressing into your hand and your foot until you can get that leg under you. Push out through the heel. Stacking on top. Beautiful. Well done. And gaining super big brownie points. Big toes together with your body saying yes, yes, thank you for listening to me. And hands coming forward. Take it down. Have a little rest in there, a little moment. And as we inhale, I'm going to lift the head. I'm going to walk my hands up. So the grand finale for our FriYAY groove is we're going to get upside down. Don't panic. Do not overthink this. See what happens. We're going to take our hands at shoulder distance. We're going to kneel over ourselves. You can just watch me first. I'm going to bring that chin down, and this may be enough. Now making sure you're not on your forehead. You're right on the crown of your head. Your elbows are in and not chicken winging out. This may be perfectly enough for you today. If you've got your groove on and you want to straighten up the legs, you can keep walking and just feel yourself. If this is feeling good, you might want to rest your knees. You might just do one at a time. Take one leg off the mat, put it back down. Take the other leg off the mat. See how it feels for you. One day, both legs will just float up off the mat. And that'll happen when you trust yourself and you feel where you are, and you work from the place where you are, not the place you want to be. And exhale, let's take it forward. Let's bring the palms together, hands over our head, and sink in. Notice what your body's saying. And as we inhale, let's come on up. Definitely, it's FriYAY. We're working towards our weekend. So definitely saying I need a little bit of a moment to assimilate all that flow. So we're going to roll ourselves down. Palms facing up to the ceiling. And really feel your breathing sink into your body, smiling to your body, giving it thanks for the incredible journey it takes us on. But it also rewards us when we learn to listen to it. The reward is there. And you can feel your sense of strength, your own sense of steadiness and stability. But the freedom as well, the freedom to move beyond the limitations, the boundaries that are placed on us. So settle into your breathing. And take a few breaths. Slowing your breathing down. And just checking in. Notice your body now, feeling probably pretty loose, pretty warm. Bring those knees up when you're ready and just roll over to your right hand side, coming back up, sitting back up at the front of the mat. Namaste, beautifuls. How much fun was that? So much fun, and just feel it. See how nice that feels. So I want you now to go forth and prosper and flow your way through your Friday, through your weekend with your own groove, and enjoy. Namaste.